You want to see how not to make a temporary anchor while highlining over a volcano? Jeremiah Morgan's going to show you on this episode of How Not to Highline. What you doing, Jeremiah?
I'm trying to put this in without a drill in a national park.
I guess you're not using a power tool.
No power tools needed.
Mostly because the batteries died. But for no other reason other than it's a national park. So what are we going to test here?
We're going to see the pull-out strength on this.
You like
for
to...
those that pull out.
We want to find out. So we're going to put up this pulley system on a single bolt in this rock and pull it as hard as we can with our dynamometers and see if they hold. I think they will.
I think they'll hold.
Yeah. You just can't pull them straight out or sideways or in any direction.
Just don't pull on them.
If you don't pull on them, they'll hold.
If you don't pull, they'll hold every time.
Then we'll leave them in. We'll leave our temporary anchors in and never pull on them. So that is steam. That is really cool. And we're going to test one because we think we can pull one out, and then we're going to put in like 3 or 4, equalize them and see how that goes. This ridge over here is crack. This whole thing is going to fall into the crater. 40 years ago, this was shooting up 1,700 feet, so somewhere about like in those clouds of lava, and then it was flown downhill here. In case you haven't figured this out, this is Volcano National Park, Hawaii. How not to treat your tools.
I feel that echoing, man, through this rock. This is not.
Yeah. So these rocks, in case you're wondering, this rock is the weight of 1, maybe 2 carabiners. It's just super light. So we're rigging on styrofoam. Let's see how it goes. I can feel it in my hand right here, the grinding. Okay, so the rock's as bad as you were saying.
The rock is bad.
Yeah.
It's hardly even rock, it's mostly air.
Wow. So glue is a nice option if you're looking for a permanent solution.
We're not looking for permanent solution.
But even glue, I would hesitate.
I really don't want my mom to find out I'm doing this.
Okay, so we have 1 bolt right here, and we have the enforcer right there, our pulley system, and 5 friends. And a bolt on the other side, which is, oh yeah, actually that bolt goes in.
Oh yeah.
We literally hammered them in. We didn't have to spin or anything, we just hammered them in the rock. So, let's see how strong it is. How long are these ones that you put in?
These are 10-inch, half-inch lag bolts from the hardware store, the 233 at Home Depot in Hilo.
Cool. Let's see it.
1.9 kilonewtons.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah. So far, 1.9 kilonewtons. Okay, hi. Go for it. I'm gonna scoot back. We're at 4.5 kilonewtons right now, which is all you ever put on a highline. Oh.
Whoa. Look
Okay.
at 2 inches of travel.
Yeah, and these cracks are bigger than they were.
Oh, it's way bigger.
The whole thing is
It
cracking
did
apart.
not look like a turtle back earlier. All right, pull. Oh, there went our highliner. Fuck, they died.
Oh, crap.
Don't use 1 bolts, folks.
No, but if we had that, it's a bad thing. If we had that,
4.7, you guys. 4.7.
Oh, we're good.
We only need one.
Use 1 pull.
We can use 1 bolt.
The gods have spoken.
No whip line.
Okay, now check this out. I also have a 24-inch bolt.
Yeah.
Are you compensating for something?
Yep.
You're
shitty rock.
Jeremiah, I thought you were supposed to spin it as you put it in.
Nope. Straight in. Oh, it's getting hard.
Yeah, it's 2 feet long. You're almost down to the molten lava.
I'm almost to the core of the earth. Oh, I wonder how the threads are gonna look after this.
Why do you even have threads on this?
Because I couldn't find stakes this long on the island.
Wow, it went.
Oh,
Whoa!
Look at that.
If something has a hanger on it, it's bomber.
Bomber! Look,
that-
it says it's strong right there.
So this is the first test with the 2-foot bolt. Our second test, resetting the multiplier. This one's already creaking and moving, and it's, whoa, you guys are already at 3.2 kilonewtons. Anyways.
We've already got movement on this side.
Yeah, but you're almost at 1,000 pounds. You ever want to highline on a gingerbread crack or gingerbread house? Whoa! Oh, no, I want to see it, but I don't want to touch it. Fuck! I got this. Can you just grab the tail?
I don't want to touch it either.
Watch out, guys.
Oh yeah, a little more. Come on.
What?
Oh, it's just sinking.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Yes. Oh,
It's gonna go, it's gonna go.
Yes, come on, baby.
What?
Yes.
What?
Oh, $10 down the drain.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Science.
$10 for science.
$10 for the information you're about to see. Boom!
Oh, Jeremiah, what'd you get?
6.8.
One bolt, baby.
1 bolt anchors.
This one hasn't moved.
I know, right?
What? 6.8 kilonewtons? This one was in a crack. Kind of like stuck, put in like one of these. Whoa, dude, it's so warm in there. Stick your finger in this hole. It's so warm. So Jeremiah, what was the original plan here?
Okay, the original plan is to take this. I did not get this from a stop sign, but that's where you might find these. And put a bolt in here. A bolt in here. And a bolt in here.
Okay.
And then we pull off of this bolt.
Well, you could almost put a hanger.
Oh, you could put a hanger.
You could put a
in there
hanger
on
right
top.
on top there, yeah.
Yeah. Or you could do this.
Oh. This ain't your first rodeo, is it?
And then this is all sharp, but this is smooth.
That's actually that's a cool idea if you don't have the hanger. So we had 2 things we did here. This one's better than this one because you get
better.
more depth. Deeper is better. Do we want to try it since we can just hammer in?
Yeah, definitely. This one is a little bit bent for the record.
That's fine.
Oh, get a good swing.
I can't even do this in dirt.
Now move your foot so you can put it directional.
Yeah. I think you're just putting more fissures in the rock at this point.
No, not at all.
I'm gonna be impressed if this works. I'm gonna be impressed if the 1 bolt over there doesn't pull out.
I'm gonna be so impressed with that bolt.
Yeah, I'm gonna be really scared, so I'm gonna be back there.
Yeah. Well, no, it doesn't actually fly that far. What do you think's gonna happen?
We can
Science.
just try this.
I know it's gonna happen. Science times 2.
All right, let's do some science.
Wait, we can just untie this.
If you ever need your lag bolts bent, now you know how to do it.
Right, that was this thing.
Actually, fun fact, this happens every time I rig a ground anchor. I almost have to throw all my lag bolts away.
Yeah, you gotta get hardened ones. You gotta get the hardened ones to not bend.
Those cost more, and we're slackliners, and slackliners are cheap.
But you can use them twice.
Test number 3. Will the stop sign, the post, 2-inch bar stock, stop?
Oh yeah.
Go. And we patted the dyno with my jacket, and it fell.
Oh, sweet.
10.9. We were like right there when it.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's 10.9 kilonewtons.
Look at that. On a $2.50 hardware store bolt. Look at that.
What if it didn't bend? Do you think the rock would have held?
Yeah, the rock didn't.
Or do you think bending actually kind of goes with the...
I think bending made it stronger because this held.
So how's this thing look? This thing's looking fine. Look, removable anchors, guys.
Look, removable by hand. National Park anchors.
That was 10.
How much is 11 kilograms?
If you stick your finger in, it's warm.
Check this out though.
Hey, how's it going?
Gone.
We're
part-time geologist. So sweet. Is that how you fill holes?
This is how you, this is how you make volcanoes faded.
Ooh, I like it. Leave no trace, guys.
LNT.
All right, Jeremiah, what are you doing there? 2-footers?
I'm putting 2-footers in this ground anchor.
Why in the back?
Cause they go in like butter.
And then this one here is a shorty. We're not gonna pull on this because it won't stay flat. Anyways, we have a sliding V here. And the way this is if one fails, the whole thing fails. So don't do your knots like this. But we wanted to equalize super perfect. So that's what we did. Bolt 1, bolt 2, and now we're ready for our 4th test.
Science.
2 kilonewtons, 3 kilonewtons. This is our 4th test. And what's interesting is that side's out of alignment. It's cockeyed a little bit this way when they're pulling on it.
Oh, I get back, boy.
Whoa, so scary. One more pull.
Yeah.
Yeah, pulled that one out. Keep going, keep going.
Yeah.
I think we're at 16 kilonewtons.
Oh, look at this crack. Oh,
Oh, the whole mountain's going.
It's moving.
Pull, pull, pull.
It's actually moving.
You can see how it's out of alignment. The whole, how to move. If you have enough faith, you can move mountains, folks. Or enough pulleys.
Oh, that's a lot of bolts. Oh.
Something failed? What failed, you guys? So who's gonna get over there and fix the multiplier?
Cut it.
How's the other side? How's that look? It looks awesome.
Here, give him slack, give him slack. So this is basically what we're trying to drill into. 19.56. I think this is working pretty good. I'm impressed you guys got 19 kilonewtons. Keep going so we don't have to de-rig. Yeah! Ow! $20 right there.
Can't get them out of there ever.
Whoa! Whoa! Look at this rock. Look at this rock. It's so cool. 19.7 kilonewtons.
Yeah.
Whoa! These things were just so close to coming out.
Oh, shit.
Whoa!
I can't believe that those 3 didn't hold compared to these 2.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like, well, it's also out of alignment. So what I did in the Red Bull convention was 3 and 3 equalized, and then came to a master point, and it was fucking strong.
Yeah.
It's all on
I
pair.
think it's because of that rock, right? Because it's a dome like that.
Yeah.
It's just way weaker than this rock is. This
I
rock
agree.
is a lot stronger.
You can feel it when you pound them in.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the bad quality rock. If you did this, you could pick good quality spots.
Huh?
Yeah, that's that hollow layer rock. That's like, so there's like that little pocket.
I'd still do. This is a good spot. You could do it from here.
Yeah. I mean, 20 kilonewtons with just 2? You in theory, if you put 4, you'd get at least 30, 35 kilonewtons because nothing pulls evenly, and so.
And then I don't have to carry that big giant square channel.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it doesn't add enough value if you just V to V cascade your anchors.
Yeah, and if they're $10 hardware store bolts,
and just put washers on them, right?
You can do that, or hangers if you got the hangers. Yeah, maybe 6 bolts. You could equalize 3 and 3 and equalize off 2. That'd be super strong. Because you have to allow for variation in the rock that you can't figure out. And then how long is this gap you said?
it's 500 feet across the long way and about 100 meters the short way.
Look at all these bolts. Look at this. This was in the square tubing.
All fucked up.
Whoa. And look, 20 kilonewtons warped this thing. See, this is just proof you should use soft shackles. Look at that. That is crazy.
Oh no, the carabiners.
And now look at this. Yeah, this one won't come out, and we have a hanger and a carabiner on it.
Oh.
Looks like we're gonna have to sacrifice all of them.
Good thing I have a hacksaw.
Yeah, just bang.
So the conclusion is just put in bolts, or at least the way we did. But instead of using the square channel, we're gonna put in just like we did at that grass Red Bull convention we did a previous video, where you put in 2 or 3, equalize, 2 or 3, equalize, because each bolt's doing its job. That's what's nice about the cascading anchors, is that we've been doing all the videos about. This is when it matters, knowing how stuff pulls. Because if you're just putting in 2 bolts, it's fine. But as soon as you start putting in 6, if you don't know to make them cascading, they're not gonna be pulling evenly. And once one starts to go, they're all gonna continue to come out. So I feel like this is pretty safe, considering the rock's pretty crappy. If this was dirt, the same concepts would apply. You could probably want to do 2-foot lag bolts for all of them rather than the short ones, but the short ones here hold just fine. We ran out of time today to rig this line, and I leave tomorrow, but at least we know they won't die when they do set this up.
We have 3 20-inch by 1/2-inch lag bolts with 4 lengths of Home Depot chain, AC43. We got that anchor already backed up to another anchor. Some of these bolts are actually hot to the touch because of the volcano. And then we got a connection that hooks out over the edge about, I don't know, 15 feet away from the anchors. They are about to pull the pin on the web lock, but before they did, I pulled the pin on 2 of these anchors. These are 12-inch by 1/2-inch lags, and they are showing very little signs of deformation. This was a redundant anchor, and with standing tension, I put the hammer underneath them and pulled the bolt right out. So we just undid one of our anchors, and this one's still holding. But very little visible deformation. It seems like anything is from the pounding on the bolt, if there was any bend at all. These things barely saw any load. It's amazing.
Even if your volcano anchor holds, it could start spewing lava.
Yeah.
Therefore, you shouldn't highline. Hey, thanks for watching, but don't be an idiot and rig your first volcano without going with a Hawaiian. But really, don't try to build ground anchors because there's a lot of variety in them without testing them. Kind of in the same situation that we did. Jeremiah Morgan has done quite a few more ground anchors since I made this video with him. So if you have any more specific questions, hit him up to find out what he's been up to. It is important to go with somebody who knows what they're doing the first time you go out. We have over 1,300 Facebook groups listed on slackademics.com. That link is in the description below. We also have t-shirts for sale, and you can also get involved by donating $1 per episode on patreon.com. We also have a PayPal account in case you just want to do a one-time donation. Everything we earn through Slack Life goes back into this channel to make it better and better every time. Cheers.